And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready?
Mike 54.
Any weapon. Smooth.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Let's go.
Throwing on 1st down. Keys. That'll be taken in by Anderson. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
On the set.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, two. Ready?
Looking to throw. Keys over the middle, and it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Check safety, check safety.
Yeah.
From the gun, Keys. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 1st and 10, Keys. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Hey.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Hey, exit. Go.
I'm scared.
On first down, Keys. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Nick Nelson that time who got a hand in to break that one up. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Keys. Catch made here by Campbell. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, echo. Go.
Hey, check motion man.
Get it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Go.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Hey, wahoo!
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Now.
Throwing on first down. Keys airing one out for Boyd. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And now the Bengals, they're going to line up for the 2-point try.
Check 31.
They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he'll get in for the score. And that's going to cut the lead down to 13. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. Clock now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
On first and 10, Keys. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
Back to throw. Keys. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Hey, do.
Spine. No. Check.
Now. Spine.
Throwing again on second and 10. Keys. His throw incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And that takes us from second to third down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Open man is Anderson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first and 10. Campbell making the catch. A gain of 6 there on first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Check three. Shit.
Yep.
You got to get moving, man. Man, move it. You got to get that.
Ready.
Second and 4. He'll buy some time right. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they go to work on a first and goal. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They'll come out in the pistol. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's a run with Mixon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Mixon trying to punch it in. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now third and goal. Here's Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 11th touchdown of the year. As his guys are back within a single score.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. Well, they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. He completes it to Jones.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Forced out to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Charlie, 64, hey, Charlie.
36.
2nd and 9 now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Ready.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Greystone, travel.
Watch it creeping. Safety's creeping. Check. Lucky.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Keys escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Look at me, zipper. Go.
Here's Locke. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
First and 10.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And he'll find Hall. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Hey, orbit.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Kenny Clark in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Hey, Foxtrot.
90 is a mic.
Yes.
90 is a mic. Here we go, D. Here I come.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets it down to the 32. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The end result, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Keys looking for Campbell downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Paris Campbell, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They look to throw. It's Locke. And the pressure gets to him again. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. From 6 yards away, and the Bengals have taken the lead. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Evans. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Locke now, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. On play action, Locke. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting in a field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Keys. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Back to the air on 2nd down. Keys gets this to Campbell out on the right side. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Under 10. Hey, Alpha. Go. Shoot.
From the gun, Keys. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Keys. This is caught. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Second and 3. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
On the ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On 2nd and 11 now. Locke looking downfield for Godwin. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
Give them maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Squeeze. No.
Throwing now is Locke. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Check. 61, matchbox, right. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Ready?
2nd and 6. Throw left side complete. It's Franklin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, Charlie. Check it back, check it back. Shoot. 5. Get it.
Operating from the gun. Keys. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Pope. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
Let's go.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, orbit. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Hey, what's the ball? Yep. Shoot. Go.
From the gun, Keys. Open man is Robbie Anderson. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Hey, box drop. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Hey, exit. Step.
On first down, Keys. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pope. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. That one good for 21 yards. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Check 25. Joker. Look at me. Zipper. Switch. Lead grip.
Back to throw. Keys. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. Flushed out right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
From the gun on 3rd down, Keys, and that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Go!
Throwing on 1st down. Keys. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Switch it.
Hey! Ready?
Throwing again. Keys. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Hey! High 7! Yeah! Get it!
On 1st and 10, Keys. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Franklin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Watch the shot!
On 1st down, Keys. He completes it to Boyd. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 25 yards that time. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Check back 34.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Hey, alert 3.
Hey, 2. Now.
Operating from the gun, Keys. Throw left side complete. That's Pope. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And these numbers on our monitor are getting hard to believe. He's closing in now right on the doorstep of 500 yards passing.
I'm glad that you watched the monitor and said it first because I had trouble.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now he'll escape to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's now 3rd down and 16.
The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Open man has got it. It's complete. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Locke now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
On the double.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Locke going to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
90 is the mic.
To throw it is Locke. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. Locke to throw for it on 4th. Flush to his right. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Locke to throw. He's going to let it fly. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 32 that time. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdock,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Locke will try to sneak. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Normally when you run that play on 2nd down, you don't expect to be pushed backwards. But the defense got a strong push up the middle, and he'll wind up losing ground and setting up 3rd down.
They'll try and run. Edwards. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll go with Jones, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with time running out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out. Get to open.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL.
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. They've got to burn the timeout, and they do, but a costly, costly sack. And now maybe just time for one final play. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Hey, exit.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it.